It appears as though we in California are getting our own Bill C-16. This new bill is called the Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, and Transgender Long-Term Care Facility Residents Bill of Rights, which is not only a mouthful, but is also some newspeak jargon to dress up the seriousness of the bill itself. This bill will make it illegal to willfully and repeatedly refuse to use a transgender resident's preferred name or pronoun and can lead to a $1,000 fine and up to 1 year in prison. The state Senate passed the bill 26-12 at the end of May. The Assembly Judiciary Committee has since recommended the bill unanimously, and the General Assembly held its first hearing on the legislation Wednesday. According to the author of the bill, Representative Scott Wiener, everyone is entitled to their religious view, Wiener said. But when you enter the public space, when you are running an institution, you are in a workplace, you are in a civil setting, and you have to follow the law. Before we proceed, I would like to show this clip of Dr. Peterson speaking about students intimidated into silence.
So I'm going to read you something that a graduate student sent me from the University of Toronto the other day, and I can also tell you that I've received hundreds of letters like this. Today, I had a tutorial at the University of Toronto where I talked about Jordan Peterson and issues of personal identity, legally sanctioned identity categories, etc. I brought up a video of a tall white man in his 30s who asked students at a university how they'd react if he told them he identified as a woman, as black, as short, and as 5 years old. Spoiler alert. Students in the video resist some of the later categories a bit, but are mostly accepting. Still, students were not engaging in discussion. I asked them why. One said it was because she was worried to share her opinion for fear of being singled out or saying something offensive. I asked who else was not speaking for that reason. The whole class put their hands up. That was shocking to me. I encouraged them to speak despite their worries, and they gave me some good feedback on how to make it easier for them to do so. For instance, by working in pairs and being assigned an opinion so that they didn't have to be responsible for it or feel bad for defending it. No participation. Why? They weren't uninterested. They were afraid to speak their minds. The PC police are in your heads. You just heard a lawyer's opinion. I have many lawyers' opinions, by the way.
I don't have a problem with treating people with respect. This extends to every individual. I do have a problem with using the government to enforce this sort of politeness on behalf of emotion. What you have to realize is that this can and will be used against the other side when the pendulum swings in the other direction. Giving the government the taste of blood, so to speak, will lead to them policing more speech, and the current victims won't always find themselves on the right side of history. The other thing dangerous about this is that it can and will push people into silence with the literal threat of legal action hovering over their heads. This bill also has something else as well. This bill considers the idea of having companies attend transgender training programs if they have more than 50 employees. This will have a real-world impact on these businesses and will hold back smaller companies that don't have the budget to send out employees to attend this workshop. Even if it is a small influence, there will still be consequences to forcing more people to attend these seminars, or whatever you want to call it. These classes actually create more tension from people who don't feel comfortable walking on eggshells no matter what this sensitivity training is for. It ends up doing more harm than good, and it usually is better to allow people to connect to one another on their own. Well, that'll be it for now. So thanks everyone for watching. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section. And I should be streaming in a few hours. Stop by if that's something you might be interested in. And you all have a nice afternoon.